Hello, it is day 113 of 365 days of my raw suspending disbelief journey. We are almost a third of the way there, you guys. I can't believe it. And it is August 13th, 2024. So today is Tuesday, and it was Butterfly Network, my business membership office hours, and it was um, it was also the day that I dropped my business bootcamp offer. My business bootcamp has been something that I have sold on repeat for a few years now. It is powerful, impactful. The same people have bought it like 5 times over, things like that. It is um, super, super beneficial, and it actually leaves you with not needing to take it again, but some people like to just do the program live versus doing it on their own. So they buy again and again, and that's okay. We like that, right? Um, so yeah, there was dropping that offer. There was also bringing it onto my new platform, like I mentioned the other day. I have not run this on my new platform, so having to put it onto the new platform as I was dropping it and be selling it and be setting up the workflows and setting up the email um, sequence and all of that, as well as my very high energy 4 hours of office hours in my membership. So um, just a lot. Tuesdays are always sort of a lot, and that's okay. Like they're sort of my peak of my business week. That is where I put in the most energy into my business is on Tuesdays, which might seem random, but that is what it is. Mondays are, I like to prep myself for the week, and I don't do outward facing like client calls, any of that kind of stuff. But Tuesdays are my really, really high energy day. And I know that ahead of time, and so I go to bed early the night before, right? I plan for my energy to be supported. I try to prep food. I do so that I am really set up for success on those days. And then yeah, on top of that, catching up a little bit again on the simple sales challenge, the level of the workload going into that one has been a little bit higher than expected, but not much actually. It's just that it's the combination of that and the everyday selling and the back end stuff and all of it all at once. And I know like I can slow it down if I want to at any time. I can, skip a day, skip an offer, and just move on. Like there's no actual demand on myself for that, but again, I've really set a challenge for myself this month to get myself back to where I was, and I'm willing to put in the legwork to get there. I'm willing to put in the actions and the effort to really take myself there. So I'm doing that, and um, yeah, just sort of everything is coming together beautifully. Everything is flowing amazingly. Multiple sales on the boot camp right away as soon as it was launched. Just sort of everything really feeling like it's coming together the way that it's meant to, and everything is flowing really smoothly. And um, I'm shouting abundance multiple times a day when payments come through, and all of these things. It just feels really great. Everything is in this flow that is really beautiful, and I don't expect it to always be this way every single day. We all have our up and down days, and this is just sort of um, my average now. So there are days that are incredibly fast paced and high energy and, tons of sales coming in and stuff like that. And then there are days that are lower and they're a little bit more difficult or they're less focused on business or whatever. But my balanced average is this flow state of really incredible forward momentum and growth and success. And I'm I'm just blown away every time that I reflect on it. I'm not intending to brag at all. It's just I'm really blown away at how I've now really stepped into and started embodying this state that um that I've been ready for a really long time, I guess, is the thing. It's been over 2 years since I first started hitting 8K months. I know how to do this. And again, that was sort of the premise with this whole suspending disbelief thing, was you can always get back to where you've been. And so that's my goal this month, is I'm bringing it back. And, um, when I did those 8K months, I didn't have this much back end stuff to do. I didn't, all of that. So like this month is a little bit more effort in order to hit that 8K, but then ongoing it will be easier to maintain. So it's not something where I'm going to have to continue this level of effort for months on end. It is just this month. And again, I leaned into this in this particular month because I know that August is always my high energy month. It's always my higher sales month. It's always, all of these things. So I'm just amplifying that. And I know that because of the consistent reflections back in my business and checking in with um, again, that test of like, why did it go well? Why did it not? What can I do better? What can I continue to improve on? All of those kinds of things. And this is, so yeah, being aware that August is that month for me and that I can really amplify that if I so choose. I chose it. And yet at the same time, I am not sacrificing my summer with my kids just to do that. So it's really allowing myself to have both, allowing myself to be a little extra tired sometimes, allowing myself to get some extra sleep sometimes, and sometimes to go with a little less sleep than I want, things like that, and just having it be. And here's the thing, is like, having the balance is great, but balance is not just a perfect maintenance of that. It is the up and down. And so I will never say to anybody that you should never be overtired because of your business, or you should never stay up late working on your business, or you should, things like that. Like, it should not be a consistent way of being for you, but absolutely sometimes the effort is required, and sometimes the legwork is required, and sometimes a little bit of sacrifice is required. And if you're not willing to have that and do that, um, you just won't get as far as fast. It doesn't mean that you'll fail. It will slow you down. And that's okay too. You get to choose that if that's what you want. But in order to have like a really successful, especially financially, business, there are going to be times where you really have to put in the effort and the legwork and the action steps and the long hours sometimes, or, things like that. So, just, again, I will never say that someone should never stay up late, but I also will never say um, that someone should be consistently doing that all the time either, because that is just a recipe for burnout, right? And I'm having to be really cognizant, really aware of my energy this month in order to maintain this and not burn myself out, because as I'm selling all this stuff this month, a lot of that work is going into September and beyond. So I'm selling the spots, but I'm going to be delivering on them in September and beyond. So in order to not burn myself out this month and then not be able to show up and deliver on the things that I've sold, I have to be really aware. I have to be, there are days where I allow myself to work extra hours and go a little bit beyond my limits. And then there are days where I really pull it back and I just refill my energy and recuperate, right? So, um, I don't know. I hope that I've gotten the message across about this one, but it's really important to have both, as a business owner, as someone who's creating something, especially when you are a solo entrepreneur, when you don't have a full team. There are going to be times where you really have to put in that effort. And, um, there's so much out there about balance and having it be easy and all of these things that sometimes we can forget that a little bit of hard work and elbow grease is really what will take you there. So, um, encouraging you to look at your energy and what you can do to maintain it, but also encouraging you to look at, am I taking all of the action steps? Am I really moving the needle as powerfully as I could be? Am I putting in the effort that I should be in order to, or could be, I should say, in order to move my business forward faster, reach the levels of success that I desire? Um, we want to suspend disbelief that it's possible for ourselves, but we also have to take the actions, and it's not just a one-sided thing where our spirit team is going to take over and do it all for us. It's both, right? We are co-creating. So um, suspending that disbelief and saying, like, this is what I'm calling and this is what I'm manifesting, but also then taking the actions that are needed on our end and allowing the receiving and the help from our spirit teams at the same time, that it gets to be both. So, and I will say, like, all the way through this month, I'm taking a lot of action. I'm doing a lot of the work on my end, but I'm also calling in my spirit team. I have been every morning without fail, spending time on my own energy, before I start on business stuff, going outside, earthing, having the quiet time to myself, really filling my cup, um, meditating, all of that kind of stuff. And then being cognizant throughout the day of when my energy starts feeling depleted and I need to pause the work and replenish, and um, just allowing for it all to be perfect and allowing for that. Like, I'm always exactly where I need to be, but it's not just only allowing, it's both. It's the masculine and the feminine. It's the give and the take, or the giving and the receiving, not taking. And just, yeah, I feel like I've really not perfected, but mastered that balance. And I really want to encourage others to do the same. So it's never, just remember that it's never perfect, but always, take the time for your energy first, fill up your cup, call on your spirit team to support, and then take the aligned actions so that you are moving forward. And that is going to take you to that inevitable success that we are doing this challenge for. So yeah, that's what I have for you today. And I am excited and looking forward to talking to you tomorrow.